Light of the World is the new Angel Studios animated film about Jesus. Um, if you saw my review for Sketch, I usually don't review Angel Studios movies. And I'm probably just going to upload a video explaining why, so I don't have to keep explaining this in videos. But safe to say I don't like them. I think they're a shitty company that does some pretty awful and shady things. But however, I like animated movies. And despite not being a church-going person, let's say that, I have my own certain amount of faith and things like that, my personal life, but it's besides the point. But all I'm saying is, despite that, in my personal life, I am not a religious person per se. But I do like movies like the VeggieTales movies and the Prince of Egypt. So I just like animated movies. Not all of them, but I do. And we don't get a lot of traditionally animated movies in theaters, and so I decided to go check this one out. I had enough time while some family was out of town, so I went to go watch this movie. And was it good? Kind of, actually, yeah. The animation to this movie is definitely low budget. Like, you can see where they've, had to cut corners a couple times. Like, some moments are a little stiff, or some moments look a little direct-to-video-ish. But for the most part, this movie looks gorgeous. And also, this movie's message about being kind to others is good, if a bit hypocritical, in the sense that this is coming from Christians who, tend to be as someone who grew up in church, you will find that a lot of Christians are not the nicest people. And a lot of the nicest people you will meet are people outside church. That's just my experience in a lot of ways. And you see that a lot with these Christian movies about kindness and love. But, most Christians don't actually exemplify that. But in the case of the movie, it was a good message or whatever. And, So, I don't know. This is an odd movie for me to review because, I liked the animation, thought I had some good voice acting, and had some good heart in some instances. It felt like, something like the VeggieTales movie in some ways, in terms of, having a good heart on its shoulders. But I also can't, ignore the fact that it's religious propaganda, right? Because there are parts of this movie that literally are teaching you to blindly follow somebody. And that's really, all of these movies do this. It's have faith and have this, So, I don't know. And also, it's also a weird movie to review because even if it was really fucking good, I would have a hard time recommending it to you to go check out, especially in theaters, because it was released by Angel Studios. And that's really the part that makes that hard. They're a very shady company, and there's really a lot of things with that. It's a whole mess of things. So, Light of the World, that's this movie. It's actually a pretty charming animated movie, albeit a bit flawed. If you like movies like Prince of Egypt, I guess I would recommend it to you. Just understand it's not as good as that, and it's not going to be ever on the level of that movie, or really, just a great film like that film is. I mean, even because you gotta understand, I love that movie, and there's parts of that movie I will acknowledge you or total religious propaganda, and so I'm not even, so when I say that in this review, it's not even me hating on it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, share, and subscribe.